Hello viewers, Endeavor here with the Rookery's first ever installment of A Bird's Eye View. Today, I'm reviewing a Steam Early Access fighting game called Kings of Kung Fu. This game was made by Jae Lee Productions and published by Digital Tribe. The story of Kings of Kung Fu is a group of stuntmen and women have been brought together by a mysterious individual named Red Ronin. He is organizing a tournament among the actors to fight one another in one-on-one duels. The winner of said tournament gets a star in a movie of their own. Currently, there are 8 base characters, with Red Ronin as a boss character. There's a lot of diversity in the selectable fighters, though there's only one playable female character. All of the fighters come from very different backgrounds, so there's a nice mix of styles to choose from. On December 24th, Jae Lee Productions released a teaser image for their next update, which will add more characters. It is unclear whether these new fighters will be released for free or as purchasable DLC. Kings of Kung Fu attempts to capture and recreate the look and feel of late 70s and early 80s martial arts movies. The stages, which are inspired by iconic movie scenes, have their color palette from films of that era. Additional effects, such as screen flickering and the obscured screen edges, give the fights an old cinema aesthetic. These features can be turned off in the game options. Gameplay is a fairly straightforward 4-button fighting system. Each fighter has their own list of special moves that could be strung together in combos. Unlike many other fighting games, Kings of Kung Fu does not rely on the player flawlessly executing absurdly long combos that leave the opponent unable to recover. Instead, the focus is on watching your opponent, keeping your guard up, and looking for the right moment to strike. Fighters in this game realistically crumple to the floor when struck, leaving little room for infinite combo exploits. There are currently some issues regarding attacks hitting that clearly miss, and others missing that should hit, and the animation for attacks made while jumping need a lot of polish. I found the input rather unforgiving when it comes to executing the special moves, but with practice, I was able to perform the attacks reliably. Kings of Kung Fu has support for Xbox 360 and other game controller types. I was able to map the controls of my Logitech gamepad without difficulty. The game can be played with a keyboard, but I do not recommend it. Despite my grievances with the controls and attack animations, I found the gameplay very compelling. There are times when everything just comes together perfectly, and there's a certain satisfaction that comes from defeating your opponent in a dramatic way after a hard-fought battle. The game modes currently available are Arcade, Versus, and Practice. The Arcade mode has a player fight through all 9 characters, including the one you selected, in the order they appear in the character select screen. The inevitable mirror match can be somewhat difficult because each fighter only has one outfit, so getting your character confused with a computer opponent is easy to do. Versus mode only supports local co-op, and it's not clear if or when online play will be added. This game is still in early access, so some glitches and bugs are to be expected. I was very impressed with Jae Lee Productions, as they responded to all complaints, concerns, and requests in a timely fashion. One example that I want to highlight actually has little to do with gameplay fixes. A user on the Steam forums requested that the Japanese Rising Sun flag be removed from one of the stages. That flag, which was prominent during World War II, has a lot of negative connotations. Jae Lee said that they would address the issue in the next update. When the next patch was released, the flag in question had been reskinned as requested. That sort of cultural sensitivity and willingness to listen to user feedback speaks more about the developers behind this game than any praise I could give in this video. As of December 30th, Kings of Kung Fu was on sale for $5.99 US currency, with a full retail price of $7.99. I recommend Kings of Kung Fu to fighting game and martial art movie enthusiasts, especially if you want to get an early look at a promising new fighter and have input over what updates and fixes come out later. It's currently available only on Steam for Windows computers. Mac and Linux support is in the works. That concludes my review for Kings of Kung Fu. I'd like to thank you for watching our video. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed our review and would like to see more videos from the Rookery.